Tuskegee Airmen Mission number 246, also called Berlin Mission.
If you like the content, help out by hitting that share, subscribe, or like button.
On Saturday, 24 March 1945, squad mates Myron Mike Wilson from Shawneetown, Illinois, and Earl Lane from White Cliff, Ohio, chanced upon a German jet ace, Alfred Ams, from Gladbeck, Germany, during the Berlin Mission.
Yes, and on that day, 5 fighter groups escorted that massive 5th Bombardment Wing.
A total of 258 fighters, mostly P-51 Mustangs, but also P-38 Lightnings, escorted 169 B-17 Flying Fortresses.
This massive air raid could prove crippling to the Luftwaffe.
The target was the Daimler-Benz tank assembly factories, located in the capital of Germany, Berlin.
Daimler-Benz, the first to equip German tanks with the diesel engine.
The 1,600-mile round trip involved a grueling 10-hour combat mission from their base in southern Italy and crossing the Alps mountain ranges twice.
The plant was expected to be heavily defended not only by their anti-aircraft artillery, but also by the best of the German fighter pilots.
The German pilots were flying the deadly Focke-Wulf FW-190 and the state-of-the-art Messerschmitt Me-262 jets.
With the trip of this distance, low fuel would be a major concern.
Some of the fighters were forced to turn back early for various reasons.
Tuskegee Airmen were to escort the bombers to the edge of Berlin and then pass them on to another fighter group.
That group would then lead the bombers the rest of the way to the Daimler-Benz tank facilities in Berlin.
However, at the rendezvous point, the relieving fighter group had not arrived.
Despite needing to conserve fuel for the long trip back to Italy, the Tuskegee Airmen stayed with the bombers, at the order of their commanding officer, Benjamin O. Davis, Jr.
On the way, they encountered a pack of as many as 30 Me-262 jet fighters that were launched to shoot down the bombers.
The gunners on the bombers did their best to protect their planes.
Absolutely. The squadrons fought off the attacking jets with all their might.
The aerial dogfighting was intense.
148 bombers safely arrived at their target in Berlin, and the bombing raids on Germany's capital began.
In about 13 minutes, the Flying Fortresses dropped 356.5 tons of bombs on their targets.
According to the Mercedes-Benz PublicArchive.com, the Marienfeld plant was so heavily damaged by the air raid that it was impossible for production to resume.
14 airplanes failed to return from this mission.
9 bombers and 5 P-51s.
6 of the bombers were lost to anti-aircraft artillery and flak, and 3 were shot down by enemy aircraft.
All 5 of the P-51s lost were Tuskegee Airmen.
They were the only group of the 5 fighter groups to suffer losses on the mission.
95 men did not come back from the Berlin raid.
Despite these tragic losses, the mission was considered an overall success and proved crippling to the German Luftwaffe.
The historical importance of this mission was multifaceted.
It was the 15th Air Force's longest mission of the war.
Also, it was the first 15th Air Force mission to the capital of Germany.
The 15th Air Force shot down more Me-262 jets than any other day.
Destruction of facilities deprived the Germans of some of the tanks they needed to defend the capital.
For outstanding performance, the Tuskegee Airmen earned their only Distinguished Unit Citation of World War II, now known as the Presidential Unit Citation.